fight, and I know that everyone keeps talking about Usyk, and that's who everyone wants to fight. But this is my Usyk now. Like, the target's on him, and nothing else matters. Because if I don't get this right, there's no point talking about any other fight.
No questions about testing myself against the best in this division.
About fireworks, this fight is dynamite. The power that these two guys have got is.
It's a dangerous fight, but it's a great fight for the fans, and it shows you again Joseph will step in.
The air was thick with tension when Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley faced off on the dawn. Every second felt like the calm before a storm. Parker's demeanor was sharp and composed. Not a man trying to sell a fight, but a veteran making a statement. His words weren't casual.
I would knock out that guy back in the park. That guy was like, the Joseph Parker then boxed and trained, but didn't tick all the boxes in terms of preparation.
They carried weight. This wasn't just talk. It was a declaration of evolution. Parker wasn't running from his past, he was owning it. He stood there as a man reborn, sharper, stronger, and far more dangerous than ever before. As the camera zoomed in, Wardley stepped closer.
Building all the way through my career to get myself to this point, and I'm right on the edge of it, don't get me wrong. Joseph Parker is one hell of a competitor in front of me, but I'm right on the edge of putting my hands on the world title. So, yeah, I'm not letting anything get.
Eyes locked on Parker, his body language radiating pure intensity. The energy shifted instantly. Wardley's voice cut through the air with raw aggression dripping with defiance. It wasn't bravado. It was a promise, a declaration of war. You're stepping into a battlefield, his tone seemed to say. And when that bell rings, I won't stop until you're broken.
Wardley is determined, and he's said he's ticked all those boxes and got the rounds in that he needs to have a big fight like this. But fighting a person like myself is very different to fighting everyone else that he's fought. I bring a lot of experience. I bring, same as in belief, determination, and I will win come 25th October.
But Parker didn't flinch. His response was calm, cold, and edged with quiet menace. He didn't need to raise his voice. Every word was deliberate, controlled. The voice of a man who's seen everything and fears nothing. He leaned forward and
he looks happy, he looks fit, he looks sharp, he looks fast, and the truth is we're going to get the very best
that face-off, his eyes unblinking. While Wardley burned with fire, Parker extinguished it with composure. He didn't fight chaos with chaos. He mastered it. It was a veteran reminding a rising contender that belief alone doesn't win wars. Experience does. Eddie Hearn, who has seen Parker's full journey from prospect to champion and beyond, summed it up best.
Implement ways of beating them. It's punches that will work, combinations that will work, movements that will work. And then you focus on improving your fighter as well, making him the best he can be. And as long as Joe is firing on all cylinders, I think he'll have enough to beat Wardley, even though, like you said,
he spoke not like a promoter hyping an event, but like a man witnessing a resurgence. Hearn, said Parker, looked sharper than ever. The timing, the confidence, the precision, all peaking at the perfect moment. This isn't about hype anymore. Parker's not just fighting.
Because Parker's hit a massive run at the moment. He's on a real roll. He's beaten top 10 fighters, Zhang, Bakoli, and done it in style, in absolute style. And he's with a new trainer now in Andy Lee, who seems to be really getting the best out of him. They've really formed a good unit, a good bond between the two of them. And he's a live fighter.
To win, he's fighting to make a statement to the entire heavyweight division. Trainer Andy Lee, the architect of Parker's resurgence, explained the transformation with clinical precision. Lee isn't a man of exaggeration. He's a tactician. Every punch, every movement in training camp has been refined for one purpose: to neutralize Wardley's chaos. If Parker stays disciplined, Lee said, the result is inevitable. To him, this fight isn't about emotion. It's about execution. Lee sees Parker as a complete fighter now, disciplined, confident, and deadly efficient. Promoter Frank.
Good fight, innit?
It is a good fight.
Parker Wardley's looking for. I'm actually looking forward to that. I think Parker does it with the experience and the skills and that.
I think he overcomes, but I think it's too big of a
Wardley punches hard. Wardley punches hard enough to make it a fight, and then drag him into something and make it like so.
Warren echoed that confidence. He's watched Parker's recent form and sees momentum on his side. With Andy Lee guiding him, Warren believes Parker's boxing has evolved into something slicker, smarter, and ruthless in execution. This isn't the same Parker from years ago, Warren said. Underestimate him now and you'll regret it later. Analysts Carl Frosch and Tony Bellew broke down the matchup with raw honesty. Frosch called it a fight laced with danger, while Bellew warned that Parker must not fall into Wardley's style of fight. Frosch, ever the strategist, believes this is the ultimate test of maturity for Parker, whether he can stay disciplined when chaos erupts. Bellew, on the other hand, emphasized that Wardley's explosive power can change
the hierarchy of boxing. The hierarchy of boxing has always been Don King, Bob Arum. Now, in this country, it's Eddie Hearn.
Change the entire narrative in a single heartbeat. This isn't just a brawl, Frosch said. It's a chess match under fire. Both men know that one mistake could end it. Parker's composure, his experience in navigating pressure, could be the deciding factor. For Tony Bellew, Parker's evolution tells the real story. His dismantling of Zhang and the way he handled Wilder prove that he's not just surviving among the elite, he's excelling. Bellew described Parker's transformation as the rebirth of a silent destroyer. No theatrics, no ego, just results. Every win has restored his position among boxing's elite. Bellew said it best. Parker's calm is his weapon. It's that same calm that beat giants.
He's a fighter that truly believes in himself, unbelievably strong. His jab is so underrated, his right hand is underrated. You know, you saw how he kind of physically...
And that same calm that Wardley will face under the lights. Johnny Nelson's insight peeled back another layer of Parker's genius, his jab. To casual fans, it's just a punch. To veterans like Nelson, it's a weapon of control. He called Parker's jab underrated but deadly. Against massive punchers like Wilder and Zhang, it wasn't brute force that won. It was composure, rhythm, and control. Nelson sees a fighter who's finally married belief with execution. Parker is no longer reacting to opponents. He's dictating the tempo, forcing others into his rhythm. When a veteran praises your jab, Nelson said,
I love Joseph, and I think that he's stronger, he's faster. And Parker right now is the top three. Usyk, Moses, and Parker. This is the names now. So Parker is a top guy. He deserves a title fight. He deserves the world title fight. So I'm with Parker team. He will win.
It's because it's elite level. It's fundamental, it's efficient, and it wins fights. That, he believes, is Parker's biggest advantage over Wardley. The ability to win the battle before the war even begins. Guido Vianello, a sparring partner who's felt Parker's power up close, added credibility to that narrative. He's top 3 in the world, Vianello said without hesitation. And that wasn't just friendly talk. It was the truth from someone who shared the ring with both Parker and Wardley. Vianello spoke of Parker's deceptive hand speed, his timing, and the exhausting pressure of facing him. He's elite, he said. You feel it the second you're in there with him. When sparring partners start backing you publicly, it means they've seen something the world hasn't: control, precision, and a level of calm that's impossible to fake. That's what makes Parker dangerous.
Moment in his career, but Parker fight's a dangerous fight for anybody. And
it'd be a different fight to the Cardiff fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, we beat him once, but that was a unification. That was a long time ago, and Joe's on great form.
He's not just experienced. He's mastered the art of remaining unshaken. Eddie Hearn's perspective added even more gravity. Having promoted Parker's early career, Hearn knows the journey intimately. The highs, the losses, the rebuild. When he says Parker is dangerous for anybody, it's not promotional flair, it's recognition. This isn't the same Joseph Parker from years ago, Hearn said. That version was raw, inconsistent, still finding himself. The man now is calculated and efficient. Hearn pointed out that Parker's balance, both physical and mental, has never looked better. He's faced monsters, Hearn said, and learned to stay in control when chaos hits. To Hearn, Parker's composure is what separates him from the rest. It's no longer about proving himself, it's about reclaiming what once slipped away. Duke McKenzie's breakdown added a touch of realism to the praise. Known for calling fights honestly, McKenzie didn't sugarcoat anything. Every fighter has blind...
So gone behind in certain areas of his technique, which was proven in his last fight against, was it Hooney?
Justice Hooney.
Justice Hooney, right? Because he was exposed.
He was.
For his boxing skills.
Blind spots, he said. Even Parker. Against quick, athletic opponents, McKenzie noted, Parker can sometimes fall into predictable rhythms. That, he warned, could open small windows for Wardley to exploit. But McKenzie also acknowledged Parker's greatest strength, adaptability. He learns from every mistake, McKenzie explained. He's not perfect, but he's evolving. That adaptability, McKenzie believes, might ultimately separate Parker from Wardley when the fight turns tactical. Wardley's own demeanor throughout the build-up reveals a fighter fueled by pride and emotion. His outbursts, full of fire and raw language, show both confidence and volatility. It's the mindset of a man who thrives on chaos. But as many veterans have warned, emotion can be your worst enemy in the ring. Wardley fights better.
So what's this diss track you made? Bro, what the fuck? I've never been more confused in my life. If I did make it, I'd stand on it and go, yeah, I told you to get fucked in the track or whatever I said. But bro, don't...
Best when angry, but that same anger can make him reckless. For Parker, this emotional imbalance is psychological gold. He's faced men like this before, fighters who mistake fury for focus. Parker's goal will be simple. Stay calm while Wardley loses control. Bait him into swinging wide, then punish him with precision. To seasoned observers, Wardley's intensity doesn't read as confidence, it reads as adrenaline. And adrenaline, as every veteran knows, fades faster than experience. Martin Bacol's insights sealed the verdict from the men who matter most, the ones who've shared rounds with Parker. He's a master of control, Bacol said. He knows where to touch. That phrase, where to chi, is boxing code for timing, placement, and precision. Parker doesn't just throw punches, he lands with purpose. Bacol's admiration is telling.
Ja, Rasper. I spent 2 or 3 times in a Tyson Fury gym.
Yeah, is there anything you can, anything happen there? You know, we know you like the sparring.
He knows, yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a jump, you know, even I'm not 100% in the good, so I know where to touch, I know where to...
He's a powerhouse himself, yet he spoke of Parker's intelligence, not his strength. He's learned from the very best, Bacol said. You can't teach that kind of experience. Parker's years of sparring with elite names like Tyson Fury have built layers of psychological armor. He's been in there with giants, literally, and survived. That's what gives him the edge over Wardley. It's not size, not youth, it's understanding. Parker isn't fighting just to win. He's fighting to remind the world why he still belongs among the elite. As fight night looms, anticipation reaches a fever pitch. This isn't just another heavyweight fight. It's a clash of eras. On one side stands Joseph Parker, the seasoned tactician forged by battles and reborn through discipline. On the other is Fabio Wardley, the raw powerhouse hungry to carve his name among the elite. Every word exchanged, every stare down, every psychological jab has built to this moment. Parker knows what it means to rise, fall, and rebuild. Wardley, still untested at the highest level, is desperate to prove he belongs there. The real question isn't just who hits harder, it's whose mindset will hold when the lights go white hot. Parker's poise and patience, or Wardley's fury and fire. One man is chasing redemption, the other glory. And when that bell rings, the truth will surface. Whether the calm veteran can silence the storm, or the fearless challenger can defy the odds. So, who do you believe wants it more? Joseph Parker, the silent destroyer refined by experience, or Fabio Wardley, the fearless young lion driven by pride? Drop your predictions below and join the debate.